So now we have a presentation on SAP Business AI, SAP Joule that is, to become superpower, and time to really ask Folkert, kitna deti hai? Or Folkert, that means what is the ROI? And the session will explore on how AI can enhance productivity and efficiency in the workplace. I told you, right? Kitna deti hai will definitely be covered. Up next, Folkert, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him.
Yeah, hello, welcome. Thank you for the translation, by the way. I was already scratching my head. What was the question? But yeah, very good. So yeah, indeed. Now I am having actually two hats at SAP. One is looking after all AI initiatives in the mill products and mining industry. And the other one is looking at building materials such as cement overall. But now I want to focus on AI and Joule in particular. We have done some work with customers last year. We had a big learning curve also last year, and that's what I want to share with you. And actually, I want to start with a little bit visionary outlook. Yeah? So we heard already a bit about agents, and there I want to be a bit visionary, what that could look like in the future. But then we should get back to the ground and see what we have available and what customers have done already. That's the part what I want to share with you, what we have done last year. And then just a glimpse into the overall portfolio, what we have right now already available. But this is really just a glimpse. It's mainly for your reference, which you can then take back to your company and after the conference can explore even more. So AI agents, is it the big new hype, or is it just in the notion of AI? At least the analysts are saying there's even more potential than the pure AI, so to say, in regards of efficiency and productivity gains. So this is at least a bold statement which we see and have heard in discussions. It's the same. Okay, sorry, confused here with the monitors. And let's see. So now let's assume, we are in the future and we have to replan here machine downtime, and I simply type that into the Joule agent, and then what you see, all the agents in the background with the data fabric are working together and looking into the apps, and then suddenly I have a result. Production has been replanned, and if there's a delay, customers have been informed already. Okay, now you might say, okay, what's the point? Such a video I can also produce myself. And yes, you're right. So what we will do next is we look a little bit under the hood and what is available and what is our strategy going forward in regards of AI agents. So first of all, agents, not sure whether all of you know what it's different there in regards of normal AI and generative AI, so a lot of terms we have there. In principle, with my own words, I would describe it like, yes, that are subject matter experts in supply chain, in procurement, in HR. So really independent units which can solve a particular problem. But now, what's the point? Yes, we now have to make them work together, put them either in a sequence or really collaborative, finding a good solution. We heard earlier this morning, I think, already the statement, yes, humans are not capable anymore of really solving all the problems. So this kind of notion is, I think, related to that. Then, of course, we have the technology behind. We have heard already about the knowledge graphs and the foundation models from SAP, what are working there in the background. And we give the opportunity to extend and build your own agents for this whole concept here of AI agents, so that they all work together in a collaborative mode. So high level. If you again go one level deeper, and that's the last slide from, let's say, more a technical perspective, I promise, it's that really looking Joule as the overarching entry point, the new UI, if you want. I heard this morning also AI is a tool. Yes, AI might be a technology or is a technology, but if we now look into these co-pilots and digital assistants, I think it's obvious that this is meanwhile more than just a tool. It's daily work, daily life in some private usage areas. So, and here we see that we are now looking to optimize all these agents in an end-to-end business process. We have here sales agents, we have supply chain agents, we have procurement agents, and they are all optimizing the right proposal or decision. They can do even analytical scenarios, as we have seen in Stefan's presentation, where they have a forecast and can say, yes, this is how it might look like if we do this decision or the other decision. So everything is being composed to, let's say, an optimal solution. Now leaving this space and going to the business a bit more. And what we have done here is that we really looked now into all the different areas of an enterprise. What we have for each line of business, if you want, composed end-to-end processes and have them enabled with AI. So we have in finance AI-enabled scenarios, we have in procurement, we have in operations, and this is, I think, one of the important areas for us as manufacturing companies, in HR, sales, and at the end also IT. We heard this morning also we have Joule enabled for our technical platform where you can develop your own solutions, and you have Joule even for SAP consultants where you can get details on SAP business processes. What I would like to do now is to focus on operations, supply chain, manufacturing, maintenance, and on sales, because I think there our industries are a bit different than others, but there we have some things, at least where our group from the industry team have looked at and said, okay, there it makes sense to dive a level deeper. Now, this sounds, I guess, familiar to you. I have heard that at least in the other breakout session, the convergence of IT and OT, we have process silos, we have silo data, we have disruptions in the supply chain, we have to look at KPIs like the OEE, or we have to incorporate decisions or facts on sustainability for our decisions. So everything is, has to be composed to be a perfect supply chain and at the plant level for manufacturing and maintenance. Now, I want to use this only as a segue for the next part. This is what you have seen from Stefan's presentation, the whole demo around IBP and how Joule was there really putting all the parts together, and in the background the AI agents worked to optimize the result here. In the same solution, in the integrated business planning solution, we have also a component called demand planning. And there we have already a reference customer. It's a cement producer from Brazil. And they use the GBDT algorithm, which is a machine learning algorithm. We have seen that on the other slide this morning from the colleague who brought up all these predictive analytics library cases. You might remember, long list. So this is not that new. However, they are using it very effectively, as you can see. The KPIs are really very good. And I think this is also special to our industry, that you have to consider so many locations for your demand planning. In the cement industry, it's not only the cement plants, it's the depots, it's ready-mix stations, it's the vendor-managed inventory at the wholesaler perhaps. Yeah? And there you can do a kind of demand sensing and then run the algorithm, and it will bring you up the results. And as they have gained the speed there in the results, they of course can do also the replanning much easier. Another thing, or another case we were approached last year was from a European steel producer. They said, see, we are an asset-intensive industry. Our steel plant is of a large area. We have a lot of workers from different nations there talking different languages. We have so many equipments where we have a lot of unstructured information available. It may be drawings or may be manuals or any other more or less paper-based information. And we said, oh yeah, that's an interesting one, we pick it up. And we were focusing on the manuals, which are then, by the way, also either in Chinese, in Russian, in English. Yeah. So that was a big argument also for the steel producer, that translation and the efficiency, yeah, so that the technician can go out to the steel plant, can start the work, and then no matter how good you plan the work, there's always the reality coming into the place and saying, yeah, I need to look up anything in addition, and then they can retrieve, the idea was to retrieve additional information from these manuals. So what we did, we brought together a team actually here in India, in Bangalore, from SAP, and said that would be a good idea for a hackathon. And here's a result how such a solution could look like. What you see is the Joule, and right now they are still typing the questions in Joule, but that was summer last year, so meanwhile this is a bit different. Joule will be available soon for mobile, so it's really that you then also can use your mobile and talk to Joule, yeah, instead of typing everything in. The point is here, right now you see that it's retrieving data only from SAP. So this is okay, yeah, you're looking about the master data, about the maintenance order history, it's looking about spare parts, and even doing some reservations on the spare part. And as I said, the other point was translation. So right now this is in English. At the end of the video you will see we also use different languages, and it's also translating instantly to the different language. Even the source material, like the manual, if this is in any language, it can translate it. So now we are at the point where they are blocking the spare part. So one was in the maintenance area, spare part. Now we are in MRP, or the material part, if you want. And now we are coming to the, so it's assigning it to the maintenance order automatically, the spare part. That can be also done. The reservation is out. Now we will see that we'll look it up briefly in the system. That was part of the demo there. To be sure, yes, it's retrieving the, so now we are in the S4 system, in the backend system, and looking it up, yes, has retrieved the correct data. And then in a second, we will see another question. Now he's asking for, I need more information from the manual. You see it? So now also the request takes a little bit longer. And remember, it's almost a year ago when we did that, so we had to do it on our own development system. But now it's bringing up, summarizing the entries, and you can jump directly to the manual and see, for your reference, or if you need to look more details up in the manual, the maintenance technician can use that directly. So it's your data, no matter whether it's in S4 or in the SAP system or outside the SAP system. Here you can see the same question in Russian, and it's going ahead like in any other language. All right. Now I want to conclude the part of the COO and go to the sales part. And here I think what we also have in common as an industry, as we are here in the room, is that we not only sell products off the shelf, but also configure products to the basic needs of our customers. And there we are a bit different perhaps than other industries. But if you have, for instance, many product variants and the customer is coming like here with an RFP or something where it's everything in a natural language up there, and then the system can extract the key information and can find the products which are fitting according to the description. We call that intelligent product recommendation. This is a solution also what we have already now. But this one is really mainly looking for products which you have more or less on the shelf or which you sell, product variants, so to say. But we also have variant configuration, where you sell N products. You have multiple dimensions, multiple qualities, always make to order. And there we had touch base with the customer from the ceramic or bathroom industry. So they do ceramic ware, sanitary ware, and bathroom furniture, and always make to order. And they use advanced variant configuration of SAP. And then they said, it's a lot of effort to type in all the requests coming from the dealers manually and check it and retrieve the information from emails or PDFs. So what can we do about that? There we lined up with a partner, and they built with us this case where we said, okay, we take this email, extract the information, match it to the master data in the backend system. So this is configurable material and the characteristic and the values. And then even call the variant configuration once to check the configuration, whether you are in spec, commercially and technically, is it feasible? That is here. And then that was the request of the customer. Yes, please first have an intermediate step, a work list for the internal sales rep to look at, whether it's complete, the configuration, whether we can do anything there. Otherwise, we also could have jumped directly to Joule, interact with the dealer if there is a missing characteristic value or one value is off the spec, like 2 centimeters to left or something, and from there directly enter the sales order. So the whole process could be automated more or less 100%. However, we have built in this intermediate step. And with Joule then being there to really also again interact internally and externally to complement the data. This is variant configuration. Now we come to the third part, which is basically a glimpse into our overall portfolio. We have summarized it here to a one-pager, so to say, according to the most important pillars in our industries. And one is customer centricity, supply chain, plant operations, workforce, and sustainability. And here with some key KPIs. Some are from customers, like here this is the cement case from Votorantim. AI-assisted learning is another one from Hydro, aluminum producer in Europe. So some cases are real, and I can share them or where we have already a reference, and I can share them with you afterwards. We had also a public announcement with all the cases. I think my colleague mentioned it already before. We have close to 200 AI use cases already available. There are much more to come this year. You can look them up either via this link, or you can Google SAP Discovery Center /AI. This is a public URL where you can also more or less on a monthly basis see updates there. That's all I had in this short time today, but I'm the rest of the day here still around, and you can ask me any questions, or we can have a discussion how we could run such a project at your premises. One thing to remember, AI I think is here to stay. It's not only a tool for us at SAP, we see that really as a new UI, so to say, the new user interaction method with our system. Yeah? You don't type in any transaction codes more, you don't have any navigation bars or something. No, it's Joule, and we don't have 5 Joules for each area here. No, it's one Joule, and Joule will then go through the systems in the back end and say, yes, you're having a question about HR, you're having a question about supply chain, and this is my answer to it. Plus, your own data. I think that's also important to mention. I mentioned the OT part of it. We have a lot of, in this industry, a lot of data sitting on the plant level, which are also important for decision making in real business life. Okay, with that I want to conclude, and happy to connect with you during tea time. Thank you.
Thank you, Folkert, for sharing your expertise on the potential of AI to revolutionize our work processes and boost productivity with Joule. Truly a super worker, right? So with that, we'll take a break now for 15 minutes. Please grab your tea and coffee and refreshments, and we reconvene in 15 minutes. See you at 4:15. Thank you.